I believe you haven't had the chance to eat delicious food for a long time, as you have to stay at home due to the COVID-19 epidemic. Have you ever thought of the food safety, especially the safety and hygiene of fresh meat products? Would you change the way you buy fresh meat after the epidemic? According to the reports in World Livestock 2013 by FAO, 70% of new human diseases in recent history have originated from animals, such as SARS is suspected come from civet or bat. Avian H7N9 virus have reported recent exposure to live poultry or potentially contaminated environments. African swine fever outbreaks that killed almost one-third of the pig population, and the current COVID-19 pandemic are all related to animals. The spread of COVID-19 virus is closely connected to the Wuhan seafood market, a wet market that sells meat as well as live animals. It invites questions surrounding the role of live animals trade in disease epidemic. Besides instigating improved hygiene precautions and more stringent regulations, the incident could trigger increased interest in safe and sustainable protein. Alternative meats such as plant-based or even eventually lab-grown meats were likely to find consumers in China. In 2016, China issued the National Nutrition Plan, which states that by 2030, the intake of animal protein per person in China must be reduced by 50%. Driven by the growing population, increasing income, and urbanization, demand for animal protein in China is growing fast. Moreover, the environmental impact of meeting this demand with livestock will be devastating. According to FAO, China already accounts for over half the world's pig population, which put immense stress to its air, land, and water resources. As a result, the Chinese government is taking action to support the development of both the plant-based and the lab-grown or cultivated meat industry. Regulation of these sectors is underway, paving the way for ready commercialization of future innovations. Several domestic brands launched their plant-based meat products in 2019, such as Jingzi beef flavored plant-based meat, Omni Pork by Green Monday, and plant-based meat sausage by Bee and Cherry. Omni Pork sold about 4,000 packs in just 2 days of launching on Tmall. It also plans to offer in 180 restaurants and hotels in Beijing and Shanghai. Some Western plant-based meat brands are eyeing China for expansion. Beyond Meat signed a contract with Shranta Foods to purchase 285 tons of pea protein in February 2020, while Impossible Foods launched its first product for tasting at the China International Import Expo in Shanghai in 2019. It expects to start selling its product in China by the end of 2020. Actually, plant-based meat is not new to most Chinese consumers. Dating back to Tang Dynasty, over 1,000 years ago, Chinese people are well accustomed to bean curds that mimics the look and taste of meat. However, this traditional plant-based meat, known as mock meat, is mostly consumed by Buddhists or its followers. Therefore, plant-based meat is perceived as a compromise for religious people who are not able to eat meat. Chinese consumers commonly view animal protein as nutritionally superior. Hence, it is crucial for plant-based meat producers to educate consumers that the new plant-based meat is not just a modern version of mock meat. It is healthier and more nutritious as well. While plant-based meat has the benefit of being virus-free and sustainable, emerging lab-grown meats are still safer. Chinese scientists from Nanjing University successfully created their first lab-grown meat in November 2019, after cultivating pig muscle stem cells for 20 days. After COVID-19, this clean, pathogen-free status could be even more powerful in driving acceptance of this new style of meat. As Mintel's 2030 food and drink trend High-Tech Harvest points out, consumer trust in food engineering and the synthetic ingredients will grow. They will come to be perceived as better than natural. The lab-grown meat is still in early stage and far from commercialization. However, it is worth to keep close eye on this healthy and sustainable protein source. COVID-19 virus epidemic will be a trigger for Chinese consumers to rethink the relationship between human and animals. It could be an opportunity for plant-based meat to position as a clean and safe meat alternative to Chinese consumers. Plant-based meat as a type of sustainable protein source has huge potential in China, and it is beneficial to the future development to Chinese meat markets. The outbreak will also result in consumers being more receptive to the idea of pathogen-free, lab-grown meats once commercially viable. Okay, so much for today's sharing about COVID-19 epidemic in China. And if you're interested in more information, please follow our website and WeChat accounts. See you next time.